Why is fog bad news for helicopters? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all well. So why is fog bad news for helicopters or helicopter pilots? Well, fog in itself is not a destructive quality in terms of the fuselage or the way the engines operate or the main rotor blades operate. The only time fog is an issue in terms of fuselage and main rotor blades and engines, you could say as well, is when the fog is at 0 degrees of freezing fog, that you can have fuselage icing, airframe icing on the blades, that kind of thing. That would seriously affect the aerodynamics of the helicopter. But fog in itself, especially at temperatures above freezing, isn't an issue in terms of that. But what it is an issue is for the pilots who have to control the aircraft as well, who have to control the helicopter, especially at slow speed flight. Now, many helicopters are certified to fly on instruments, single pilot or dual pilot. They're able to fly by reference instruments. They have an autopilot that will keep the aircraft stable, and you can follow radio signals, so on and so forth, to be able to land at airfields. The problem is for departures and also for landings, you're going to have a minimum visibility, in-flight visibility, so the pilot can manually control the helicopter to land and take off. And also there may be regulations that will prevent the pilot from taking off or landing when the visibility, let's say in fog, is at such a reduced level that you cannot actually adequately control the aircraft just by visual references. And this is one of the big things for helicopter pilots as well. They're using multiple controls, the collective, the cyclic, and the tail rotor pedals. But fundamentally, they're manipulating those controls by looking outside, looking to the horizon, and picking out cues and picking out details in the visual plane. So if they can't do that because there's fog, then there's less likely they're going to be able to control the aircraft, control the helicopter effectively. So it's part regulation, it's part physical control of the aircraft that makes fog bad news for helicopters. Now also, there is this lack of visual acuity outside that will prevent you from picking out hazards, let's say power lines, let's say trees, any obstruction in your path, in your flight path. It could be that also fog has a really bad effect on your visual acuity and also how you can perceive depth and distance. So all these factors will affect the pilot's performance and pilot's ability to be able to control the aircraft as well. So that's why fog in itself is quite a bad news for helicopter flight. And that's why there are quite a few restrictions on helicopter flight in fog conditions, but also there are regulations, and depending on the type of operation that you do and which country you do it in as well, there might be some differences there. They may impose restrictions on visual flying, but also on instrument flying when you have to convert to visual flying at the end of an instrument approach, for example. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching the videos, and don't forget you can go to the website revelatoralf.com for all the aviation books, lifestyle, occupational books as well. You can go to Amazon and get those direct from there. Right, and with that, I'll catch you again on the next video. Bye now.